Anyway, look at this fucking Discord. Look at these people. I saw the first one. Obviously we start with PewDiePie.
Maybe you're wondering.
Okay, already off to a great start. All you have to hear is like a quarter of a second of that song and you know exactly where it's from. It's such an iconic sound. Anyway, this is I'm Done With Google. I don't know what the video is. People have sent me 20 goddamn links to it. Let's watch it so people don't fucking send me the link anymore. And I'll really upload it tomorrow so they know it's there. Anyway.
Maybe you're wondering, why is he wearing that cool hat?
That is a cool hat.
The tech overlords are listening.
They are.
Now I can finally say, Google Schmoogle.
Oh.
What are you gonna do, Google? You're completely powerless now. What's that? Google owns YouTube?
They do.
I would Google that, but I literally can't. What are they gonna do? Censor this video? Demonetize it? Bury it under the...
Literally has infinite money, doesn't care.
You're completely powerless, Google. You got nothing on me. So the past couple of weeks, I've completely de-Googled.
Whoa.
I don't use any of Google's so-called free services, except YouTube. I literally can't escape. It's surprisingly hot to wear a tinfoil hat. I don't know if you...
Yeah, well, there's not a very breathable material. It's kind of like metal.
You guys knew this. Well, you never worn a tinfoil hat before? Now, this all started because of privacy concerns. Being tracked with literally everything I do just feels kind of odd. Mainly because I wanted to also regain control over my software. And not...
Is this the Luke Smith arc? Yeah, he's gonna disappear for like 7 months, come back with a giant fucking beard, and be like a priest or something.
Not to be at mercy of what the tech overlords decide to do just one day. But most importantly, I don't want to pay $20 a year for 100 gigabyte storage. Nah.
$20 a... That's rough. Oh, that's real rough.
Happening. I realized since swapping to Linux, my life has just been going upwards. I'm practically ascending next step. But I realized there's always an open source alternative, and a lot of times they're better. They just don't have a...
Didn't he already have... No, I mean like, what's a good wait, you know, this is a good example. Side tangent. But very important. I mean like what Mr. Liver King's got going on. Who just got arrested, by the way, because he threatened to kill Joe Rogan because he wouldn't let him on the podcast. Who the fuck is Liver King? Do you not remember Liver King? It was the guy who talked about eating raw liver, and that was what made him really big and strong. Ignore the steroids, the lots and lots of the copious amounts of steroids. He did it through eating raw liver. You missed out on such a fun internet arc.
$1 billion budget to market themselves. So I went down the de-Google rabbit hole, and I want to share what I learned, because by the end of this, once you know what I know, bro, you're gonna want one of these cool hats as well.
It is pretty cool.
So let's go through the de-Googleization. I want to be honest and share what I think you should absolutely change, and maybe what was more hassle than worth. Number one, your search engine. Change your search.
What is he gonna suggest? Is he gonna be a DuckDuckGo user? Is he gonna be a Brave user? Where do we think we're going? Does Google have the balls to take down this video like they did with LTT? Wait, they took down the video? What?
engine right now. You can do it now while I keep yapping. Just
Hey,
go to
how you
your
doing,
browser
Carlo?
settings, find
There you go. Well, there's
search
the
default
answer.
browser, and change it to DuckDuckGo. It's a search engine that doesn't track what you do. It just works. Boom. Maybe you prefer everything you do online to be tracked and logged. I don't know. Maybe you're in that ballpark. I think just most people are either oblivious or lazy. So I'm telling you now, don't be lazy. Number
Lazy
2,
is the one.
your browser. When I told you to change your default search engine,
Is he going Firefox? Is he going Google number 2? I reckon Firefox is probably what's going to be the answer.
you did not just do that inside of Google Chrome, did you? Say it ain't so. There are way better browsers out there. I use Firefox. It's kind of B tier, but you can lock it down into S tier. A lot of people swear by Brave browsers. It's kind of B tier.
Now, did he make this tier list? Or did he find it online? I wonder. Because considering how much work he's done, I wouldn't be surprised if he went and made this himself.
Tier, but you can lock it down into S tier. A lot of people swear by Brave browser. I never tried it. My point is,
Well,
this
there's
is
the
super
answer. It's not his list. It's someone else's.
easy to change. And have you ever thought why browsers are free to begin with? Why is Microsoft so... Why do they want you to use their browser so goddamn badly, you know? Why do they all
Microsoft
make it
wants your
free?
data.
Could it be because they track everything you do online and sell or trade your data?
No way.
What?
Definitely not.
What do you mean? They don't make this out of the goodness in their heart? You telling me Google isn't just a $1 trillion charity? What? I found online that in 2023, Google paid Apple to be their default search browser in Safari.
Yep.
Guess how much? 20
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to pause it before that happened.
billion.
Yeah. 20
Jesus
billion.
Christ.
And Mozilla only got 500 million. Mozilla got the short end of the stick there. The reason for this is they do not want Apple to make a search engine. They are terrified of Apple. I don't think he's going to go all the way down. He's not recommending LibreWolf, right? Like, he recommended Firefox and Brave. Like, this is like normal entry-level privacy stuff. But yeah, they don't want Apple to make a search engine, because if Apple made a search engine, it would be the default on every single Apple device overnight, and that would cut out, what, like 30% of their market share? Just eliminate 30% of their market share just in a day.
I definitely want you to use Google, so just don't. It will take you 2 minutes. Go do it.
So a $20 billion bribe is worth it.
The third thing I changed, like many of you, I've been using Google Mail for years and years and years. And apparently...
He's not going to self-host it. He's not gone that far yet. I think he's going to use, like, Proton.
Up until 2017, that's when they stopped scanning your emails to serve you ads. So now Gmail is a little less creepy, you know, but if you think about it, it is probably the most invasive service that they run. Like,
yeah.
And there are free alternatives out there.
I don't think it's going to be too to noter.
Proton, I haven't tried it out. I decided to send...
Not Proton. He hasn't tried Proton. No shot he's self-hosting. Self-hosting email is a fucking nightmare.
And this bitch and get my own email. I paid a small fee. It was fiddly as hell. But at least people won't think I'm poor and have like Google Schmoogle in my ad domain. Number 4.
Wait,
but
what are you using?
And there are free alternatives out there like Proton. I haven't tried it out. I decided to send this bitch and get my own email. I paid a small fee. It was fiddly as hell.
So he's not self-hosting, but he didn't say who he paid. He didn't mention what he's using. I don't know what service he's using then.
But at least people won't think I'm poor and have like Google Schmoogle in my ad domain. Number 4. With me de-Googling lately, I realize it's time for me to de something else. I don't want to say the joke. Anyway.
He's using his domain's webmail. His domain's webmail. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. That makes sense.
I started working with G Fuel 6
Oh,
years
G
ago.
Fuel.
G Fuel sponsor!
Oh my God, look at him. Look, he's a baby.
We created the greatest flavor of all time, G Fuel Lingonberry.
Lingonberry is out, and it's really, really good. Honestly, I'm so proud of this flavor.
Yuzu slash. Legendary moment. Yuzu slash, baby. Sour green Pewdiepie. So many great memories. So many great slurps. So many great memes. But it's finally time to retire this guy. Sayonara, G Fuel-san. Because we're introducing a new tub!
Oh!
And t-shirt!
Oh!
Same energy, new armor. Get the collector's box.
That's
you get
cool.
the t-shirt and the new tub.
I don't
you
drink
want to
G
be
Fuel, but
tubless
that's
this
cool.
summer, I tell you that much. That's worse than having Google in your subdomain. It's available right now. Check it out, link in the description. Finally. Don't miss this opportunity to be part of history. We got many more exciting G Fuel announcements coming up, so stay tuned. Number 5, your phone.
Phone.
I have a Google phone.
Oh no. What okay. What are popular ROMs nowadays? Like, he's not gonna be running a Linux phone. Like, that's not gonna happen. Graphene's what people go with. Ubuntu Touch. Yeah, no, he's not fucking running Ubuntu Touch. Shut the fuck up.
God damn it! Everything is Google! It's crazy. I didn't realize just how deep I've been swept into this ecosystem.
Either he's using Graphene or he's changing out default apps. I don't know how far he's going here.
Without realizing it. My goddamn TV is Google. I thought it was a Sony TV. You know, open up, it's like, Google TV.
Yep.
How did that happen? I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm supposed to be enamored by the phone, how amazing it is with its incredible hardware, and how powerful it is. But if it's so great, then why do I feel like I'm the product? Huh?
You are the product.
I hate my phone. Notifications just feel like they're there to suck me in, not to tell me anything useful. All these
Suck me off.
apps and features. I feel like my attention
Wait, was that my audio breaking or his? Wait, is that Linux or is that PewDiePie peak pipewire Linux audio?
Anything useful. All these apps and features.
even he can't escape pipewire problems.
I just feel like they're there to suck me in, not to tell me anything useful. All these apps and features.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Even, what, I think he's 11th biggest YouTuber now, can't escape pipewire. Fucking hell.
I feel like my attention span is just getting mushed the more I use my phone. I hate it. It's just one big giant distraction device. So
True.
I have a Pixel 9, and it is a good phone. And I already own it, so instead of
I have a Chinese spyware phone.
switching it out to like a dumb phone or something like that I know a lot of people do, I want to install a custom OS on it. There's a lot of them to choose from, but I opted for Graphene. Graphene. Mainly because it felt like the biggest point the finger to Google, you know? It's an operating system focused on privacy and security. Apparently so much so that even Edward Cullen uses it. Did I get that right? I would Google it, but I can't. But here's the thing, okay? For some reason, I feel like I'm the crazy one.
Also, what the fuck was that? Edward Cullen. Sorry, that one went over my head for just a moment there. So...
Huh? What? Why do you want to Google so bad, huh? What do you got to hide, huh? This guy got graphene on his phone. What's up with that? I feel a little judged, okay? But after using graphene, I realize, no, this is how it should be. I'm not the crazy one. There's a few features on Graphene that I really like, and these are just to name a few. Especially with security, I really like how they amped it up, but the fact that I close an app on Graphene and it closed...
Was that fucking Termux on his phone?
I really like how they amped it up, but...
Yes, it is. That is exactly what that is.
The fact that
Oh my fucking god, this dude. He's actually gone too deep.
I close an app on Graphene, and it closes the app. Crazy.
Yeah, what is tail scale rings a bell? No, it said tail scale, not Tudenoda. Tail scale is VPN thing.
A lot of times on your phone, if you think you've closed an app, but in reality, running in the background and still tracking whatever it is they want to, Graphene, nuke that shit. It's gone. Such a crazy concept, right?
I know, right?
I'm the crazy one. Number 2, I control exactly what the app has access to. You can use file or storage scopes, I think it's called. And if I want to give an app access to a certain type of files, I pick which folder. Not the entire device.
That's cool.
Not some vague...
That's a really basic privacy thing that I don't know why... I don't know why Google just lets random apps get access to your entire file system. Like, I understand they want their apps to do it, but why would you let random other apps do it?
Little pop-up going like, hey, do you want to give them access to this? No. Complete control. Number 3, whenever you install an app on Graphene, it asks you before installing it, hey, do you want to give this app access to your internet? Because a lot of times the answer is, heck no.
No.
Not happening. I realized I was trying desperately to find a keyboard that has Japanese, Swedish, and English. I really like the Swift kind of type.
Swift key? Wait. Is he about to suggest, yeah, the Fuda keyboard? Because I just use Gboard. Because I look, if SwiftKey is a Microsoft product, is Microsoft better than Google? I don't know. It's a pretty low bar.
Typing, you know, I just couldn't find an open source alternative, and I was like, what do I do? And then I realized the alternative is Microsoft or Google, okay? And I realized the keyboard that they offer is connected to the internet. Why? Why?
Actually, that's a fair point. Just, yeah, remove its internet access. Yeah.
Imagine you bought a physical keyboard and it was secretly connected to the internet, sending big tech everything you type. We're not doing anything weird. Just trust us, bro. It's so messed up. On Graphene, I still have the option, and if I want to take a Google app, I can starve it, put it in one of those. I still don't like that I use a Google app, but no, actually, it's good. Google is at my mercy.
Yeah, he's using Gboard, but blocking the internet access, so it can never access the internet, which I guess is a fine way to do it. Maybe he never came across Fuda. Oh, was that a Oh, I thought it looked familiar.
For once, feels good. Another feature that I think is kind of obvious and most people would appreciate, but there was a 4th hidden feature on Graphene that I love. That it is not a feature, but for me, it ended up being one.
Right.
Like I talked about in the beginning, it feels a lot of times when I use a phone, it's such a distraction. There are some apps that you probably have to use. Maybe it's for work or because of friends and you want to connect. Whatever, you're gonna have to use certain apps that you don't really want to use. So I decided to put all those apps, and you can do this as well actually, on a different profile. The good thing about Graphene is that on a different profile, all these apps are contained in that profile. They can't connect to anything else on my phone or run in the background or anything like that. That's what's great about Graphene, and that's why, to me, it felt like a good solution with all the apps that I don't want to use. But what this ended up doing was that, okay, now I need to use this app that I don't like to use. It feels intentional going there. I don't even see these apps when I use my phone on a regular basis. And it made it so that my phone starts feeling like it's serving me again, like an actual useful tool that it's supposedly is, right?
Supposedly.
So, yeah, huge fan. I'm so glad I swapped out. It's probably the best thing I did so far. But it gets better.
What?
Okay? I had to ride this couple weeks. I tell you what. Number, is it 6 or 5? I don't.
What number we're at?
I lost count. Anyway, password managers. What do you mean password 123 isn't gonna cut it? I hate password.
I assume he's just gonna use Bitwarden.
Why? Because
he's not gonna be a fucking KeyPass XC transfer the file using fucking secure shell, anything stupid like that. It's just gonna be Bitwarden.
67 pounds Chose a 5 kilobyte size document? I don't think so. There's whole videos of me just doxing myself for being cheap. It's not happening. I'm not paying that. I almost had a heart attack when I found out.
Literal millionaire. I don't want to pay $50.
I'm paying what? But you need a password manager. That's just the reality of today. Yeah. I thought I was so smart. I was like, okay, fine. I don't need to do this. I'm running Linux. I downloaded a backup. I made it into an HTML, and then I encrypted it. And then I had an alias, so I...
Oh my fucking god. He actually tried to make his own password manager. Okay, this was not the direction. This is not the direction I thought this was going.
Unencrypt it when I need to use it, and then quickly encrypt it. Is it unencrypt or decrypt?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
True.
Bada bing, bada boom, I saved myself 67 pounds. If I live for, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, that's like, I saved myself a lot of money.
It is.
Multimillionaire is a cheap ass. .mp4, that's what I should call this. But then I realized I need this file on other devices.
Just fucking...
I need it on my phone and my laptop, and what if I go abroad? And that's when I discovered Glorious SH!
Oh my fucking god. Okay, he actually is gonna... Okay, he's gonna self-host. What is he do? What is he gonna self-host?
Self-hosting. I can just host this on another device. I feel like ever since I did my Linux video, so many comments have been like, just wait until...
No, he tried to use a plain text file that he encrypts and decrypts locally.
It's discovered self-hosting. It's gonna be game over.
How long till he makes a fucking home lab video? Unless this becomes a home lab video.
You were right, okay? I started off on a Raspberry Pi 5.
Oh my
this thing
fucking
is
god.
relatively cheap. It's got Ethernet, it runs on low power, and it's powerful for its size. Can do more than enough for what I wanted to do. I found an open source alternative, which is Vault Warden. You can host your own password manager, basically. The problem was, I have no clue what the heck I'm doing. What is a reverse proxy? What do you mean I can't just put my IP address in my browser and be done with it? The Vault Warden is so secure that it wouldn't let me connect to it unless I set it up properly. Every time I thought I did it, I kept seeing the spinny circle.
Wait, hear that? Hear that? That was more pipe wire.
To it unless I set it up properly. Every time I thought I...
Multi-millionaire cannot escape pipe wire.
Secure that it wouldn't let me connect to it unless I set it up properly. Every time I thought I...
Please just give the Pipewire project like 10 grand and fix this fucking problem.
I did it, I kept seeing the spinny circle, and I saw that circle for 2 goddamn days. But once it finally worked, magic. I have done it. I had saved myself 67 pounds. Tears running down my eyes. It was beautiful. My first successful self-host. My God.
Of all the things he could choose as his first self-hosting, it's not his cloud storage or documents or anything like that. Can't he just use... No, because... No. No, he's on Hyperland. If you want to do screen capture, you need to do Pipewire. And if you want to use Pipewire, you can't just run Ulcer in the background by itself. You need to use Pipewire also.
More subscriptions.
Or in Pipewire
No more
Pulse.
syncing drama. Just my own secure vault. It felt like I was finally breaking out of the Matrix for real. And the thing is, once you start understanding how this works, it's really not that bad. If anything, it became super fun because with compatibility layers like Docker, you can so easily just pick and choose what open source software you want to download.
What do we have here? Oh, okay, this is the Arch system. He's still on Hyperland as well. That's so honestly, that's so fucking crazy that he's on Hyperland.
Trying out different ones. The world is your oyster. Just pluck them from the trees. And everything just works. So I needed a note-taking app. I found one called Yoplin. That's how you say that. Yoplin.
I haven't used it in a long time. Yeah, that's a perfectly solid choice. What made you move away from Hyperland? Honestly, I wanted to try out... Well, firstly, I wanted to try out KDE. That was the main reason I moved away. I wanted to see what KDE 6 was like, and then I stayed on KDE for like 2 fucking years. And now I'm on Neri, so, you know.
desktop app and a phone app, which is exactly what I wanted. But when I installed Yoplin, this is where things got weird.
I thought it was
Do
Joplin.
not judge me here, okay? This is... You
Is
can
it
probably
Swedish?
relate to this, actually.
Ah.
Have you ever been so lazy that you
Yes.
try and find another alternative, but then that leads you on
I'm
a
sorry,
road
have
that was...
you ever tried to do what? You want to not be so lazy that you speak fucking English?
so lazy that you try and find another alternative, but
What the fuck is he saying?
probably relate to this, actually. Have you ever been so lazy that you try and find another alternative?
Alternative. Oh! Yeah, I'm hearing intellective. Another alternative. Okay.
Probably relate to this, actually. Have you ever been so lazy that you try and find another alternative?
Alternative. Okay, I'm glad someone knows what the fuck he's saying.
But then that leads you on a road that was 10 times more complicated than just not being lazy. The image that I was trying to install on my Pi was not compatible. It was 86 by 64. This is ARM-based structure. It doesn't matter.
86 by 64. Has he just forgotten how to speak English? Has he been out of the YouTube game he's been living in Japan so long that his English is just falling apart.
Compatible, I can just find another one. But I thought, hey, why don't I just quickly install this on something that does
Consequences of
run
living in Japan,
86 by
apparently so.
64. And I look around and I'm like, oh. Well.
What?
My Steam Deck
Oh, no.
runs 86 by 64.
Oh no.
So you may be asking, Felix, did you use your portable handheld gaming console to host your note-taking app? Yes, but it gets
Why? Why did you do that?
worse, actually. Steam runs Linux. Beautiful.
Sure.
It actually runs Arch, which is
It
the
does.
distro I use on my desktop. Match made in heaven. But I thought to myself, well, it's filled with all this like Steam bloat.
Yeah.
I should probably uninstall Arch so I can.
Why is he using his fucking Steam Deck as a server? Stop! Why? Why? You're a multi-millionaire. Just buy another fucking computer. Don't use your Steam Deck as a fucking server.
Then install Arch. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I don't know
Don't
either.
ask. And I did this, of course, just so I wouldn't have to find another image of my note-taking app. But anyway, it works. At the end of the day, that's all
Apparently.
that matters. Now, I got my notes app running beautifully. Number 7
I
or
like to
8.
pop, yep.
It was time to say goodbye, Google Drive. Goodbye, Jotaro. $20 for... Goodbye, Google Drive. Goodbye, Jotaro. $20 for 100 gig?
I forgot how much of a fucking weeb he is.
I don't think so. I'm not gonna pay you to hold my data hostage forever. Not happening. What if I live for another 600 years? Think about how much money that's gonna be to Google. No more subscriptions. Redundant subscriptions.
Eliminate them.
Instead of Google Drive, I set up File Browser. The thing that bothers me about...
The fuck is file? Okay, wait, we're learning something new today. What is file browser? What a great website this is, guys. Wait, this is their website. Oh my god. Okay, what is file browser? File browser provides a file managing interface within a specified directory and it can be upload, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. The project is maintenance. Why is this the project you went with? Wait, or is it not maintenance? Okay, so they're doing new releases. Okay, so it exists and they're doing like minor bumps to it. I've never heard of this project.
These free online storages that gives you a certain amount at least is that, first of all, it's not safe. Second of all, I don't know what they're doing with that.
Fucking Pipewire strikes again!
Amount at least is that, first of all, it's not safe. Second of all, I don't know what they're that gives you a certain amount at least is that, first of all, it's not safe. Second of all, I don't know what they're doing with that.
We're gonna leave a comment here. There we go. Surely no one will yell at me for leaving a comment on this one.
Thirdly, I hate how it's used. I don't know if you can relate to this. Maybe it's just like a me problem, but let's say I've gone outside, I've touched grass, I've taken all these photos and videos.
That's concrete.
And then I sit down in front of my computer, and then all of a sudden internet goes down, and I'm like, what happened? And then it's like, oh, yeah, my Google Drive decided to back up every single photo and video I've ever taken. And it's like, I don't want that. I want certain images. Let me pick those first. And I don't want you to suck up my entire bandwidth. With File Browser, I can throttle the speed, and I can do it when I...
Bro, having the keyboard the same way you do? What do you mean? Stupidly? Like a fucking moron who doesn't know how to type? I have such bad typing habits. I have gamer typing habits. Do not learn to type from me. It's a bad idea. Japan's like Australia, don't have grass. No, we have grass. It's just dead half the year.
I want to. Which files I want to. I went a little nerdy and overboard. A surprise. And I wrote a bunch of aliases and shell functions so that I can define push or pull to download or upload, which device, my phone, laptop, desktop, deck, and which subfolder. And I do all this with glorious SSH. It actually solved another problem for me, which is always sharing files between my phone and my desktop. I never know how to do it. Apparently, I didn't know this. I feel like everyone is tuning out because I'm talking about SSH again.
No,
but you can run it on your phone. Look, I'm connected. And then I thought, fuck, and now I gotta do an opposite script on my phone. But then I realized I can just connect to my desktop to run the script. It doesn't matter, okay? It's cool. Just trust me, it's cool.
This is unreal. This is unreal. 9. I guess that's why he has Termux.
AI. We have to talk about
AI.
I don't know about you, but I don't like using AI. It feels like I'm kneeling directly to the tech overlords. And not to mention the goddamn subscription fees. Yeah, I feel like I'm spoon-feeding the machine that has stolen all my data, more of my data. Here you go. Nice and fat. Here you go. Not happening. But I got curious, and, you know, I built my own computer not long ago, and I spent a lot of money on it. Why don't I just see if I can run it myself? It's a beast. So I set up a local language model called Mixtral. Emphasis on local, which means it runs on my computer completely.
Yeah, self-hosting AI is not that difficult. It's just like a Python script. This, of the things he's done, is very easy.
Offline. It's beautiful. Now I can search whatever I want, and I can ask it dumb questions.
Yes, he did say mixed. Is it called Mixtral? Wait, maybe this model is called Mixtral, not Mistral. Because I've heard of Mistral. Okay. Why is he... Oh, it's a variant. Oh. And why is he using Mixtra and not DeepSeek v3? Why is he hosting a server off of his Steam Deck? I don't fucking know.
It's like, why is my left toe bigger than my right toe? And no one knows about it. Not Google. Not
we know now. Google knows now.
Not even you. Step 10. How many steps are there? And we have so much left. PDFs, Google Docs, calendar,
NextCloud time.
I was honestly getting a little tired at this point to try and find an alternative to all of these, but that's when I discovered NextCloud.
There it is.
It's an open source self-host beast, and it does all of this.
Again! A fucking Oh, please, for the love of God, give the Pipewire project some money.
NextCloud. It's an open source self-host beast, and it does all of this for you. Maybe there are better singular alternatives, but the fact that I can get all of this baked in one was exactly what I needed. And just one quick install and it was done. I was completely out of Google. and it felt amazing. Finally, I'm free. From here on out is when I needed to tighten things up a little bit. I actually bought a domain. I know, I paid a subscription fee, but it's worth it.
Did you not?
If you're self-hosting, it's actually worth
they wouldn't
it.
Have a
You can get
one.
a domain for $5 a year. It means I can get better security features, and I can put all these services in subdomains. So like,
sure, okay, I guess he wouldn't have a separate one. Sure.
Password.mysubdomain.com, like all these different things I made, I can access easily.
He was raw dogging with the IP. Yeah, he was.
And I started to tighten down the security as well, especially because I was looking online. I'm like, I'm getting a lot of bots that are pinging me. I don't like.
Yeah, if you have a server on the internet, you will get millions of pings every day. If you check your login attempt logs, it's insane how many pings you get.
This. Everything is locked in with the password already, but I added another layer of zero trust, so you can't access anything unless you have another login. I locked in my IP address with Tailscale. Beautiful Tailscale. I could make a whole video. I had a fail to ban. It was definitely worth spending some time locking things down. And I think I found a good balance of it being secure, but also not like a huge hassle every time you want to access either. Now, swapping out all these Google services, there's one that I just can't escape, and I don't mean YouTube. There's one that sucked the most to get rid of, and that was actually Google Maps. Because Google tracks you so well.
OpenStreetMaps is just not great. It's pretty good, but it depends on the region you're in. OpenStreetMaps can be rough depending on where you are. I don't know what coverage is like in Japan.
At predicting traffic. And since I drive a lot in Tokyo, I really rely on that to get to places on time. You can't be late in Japan. It's like a death sentence. The first time I used my open source alternative, I ended up 30 minutes late. And that's when I realized, hey, maybe Big Brother... my open source alternative, I ended up 30 minutes late. And that's when I realized, hey, maybe...
Jesus fucking Christ.
Big Brother tracking everything isn't so bad. Maybe surveillance has its perks. But I stuck to my de-googling, and the best alternative I found was just using my car's GPS.
But that also works as well, actually.
This Japanese service is built in anyway. I ended up using my Pi to replace my Google TV, and I'm running Kodi on that. I haven't really fully set it up yet, so not much to say about it. And you may remember...
Yeah, it's just like if you don't have one in your car, just buy a dedicated GPS. Like, those still exist.
I'm doing all of this on my Steam Deck. I added an extension so I can plug it into Ethernet. That way it runs on less power. It runs completely headless. And I can monitor all of it on my safe network system that I have. But then I thought it'd be kind of cool to use the display so I can use that for monitoring. I ran Tmux and BTOP on it, and it looks so cool. You know, this all started because I wanted to de-Google and try what that was like. And by the end of it, my Steam Deck looks like it's a detonator for a bomb or something like that. And before you ask, yes, I can still game on it, all right? It runs 2% of my CPU. It's like this weird home lab abomination at this point, but I love it. I love
Steam Deck as a server.
I got it sitting next on my desk. It's just a vibe, man. Every time I see it, I'm happy. Another fact that I like using my Steam Deck is the fact that I can just use whatever I have around me.
Wait, he sends it his local IP address? Hold on, I didn't see that. Where was that?
To use, I can monitor all of
Wait, let me... Yeah, is that is local IP? Where is it? Yeah, that is what that is.
it on my safe network system that I have. But then I thought it'd be kind of cool to use the display so I can use that for monitoring. I ran Tmux and BTOP on it.
I thought Brodie's screen had stopped updating with the YouTube chat. It took me a bit to realize that there just hadn't been any new messages.
And it looks so cool. You know, this all started because I wanted to de-Google and try what that was like.
I think I have that exact same cable, actually.
It looks like it's a detonator for
I think it's a Ugreen cable. I haven't plugged it in
And
here.
before you ask, yes, I can still game on it, all right? It runs 2% of my CPU. It's like this weird home lab abomination at this point.
Wait, but he gamed... Oh, stream died? Are we dead? Hello? Hello? We back? Hello? Hello? We good? He games on the server. He games on the server.
Or a bomb or something like that. And before you ask, yes, I can still game on it, all right? It runs 2% of my CPU. It's like this weird home lab abomination at this point, but I love it. I love looking at it. I got it sitting next on my desk. It's just a vibe, man. Every time I see it, I'm happy. Another fact that I like using my Steam Deck is the fact that I can just use whatever I have around me. People have these like super sick home lab setups, which are awesome. I get it, but my point with this is that if you wanted to de-Google, you can use whatever you have at your disposal.
That's
it
fair,
shouldn't cost you
actually.
any extra money. Like, I'm not going to pretend that Steam Deck is the ultimate self-host device.
It's not.
You're probably better off using a Pi.
You are.
But maybe you have some device laying around at home that you can run Linux on. Bring it back to life, you know? Instead of throwing it away. And I hate to be that guy, but it's better for the environment. Yes, it's a lot of tinkering, but you learn a lot. And by the end of it, it's done. Like, I don't have to touch it. Google's mantra is don't be evil, but I still think they have a lot to do to qualify for that title. I feel like on your phone you have all these settings with privacy and give permissions and all these things that they ask you. But it kind of feels like one of those toys that Björn has that it's just like a bunch of buttons that doesn't actually do anything. Unless you go all the way with privacy, it doesn't mean anything. Don't call it privacy. And for me, it's not even necessarily about Google. I think it's more about big tech in general. I hate where software is going. Unnecessary subscriptions, ads.
No, this is a good
locking,
video.
Updates changing the entire UI because you're more prone somehow to get more locked in. With YouTube, you know, it's been constantly changing for years and years and years just because they figured this is the best way to suck you in. If I host my own apps, there's none of that. So now I got my own home lab abomination. And I love it. I'm finally free from the tech overlords. It was 100% worth it. And look, bro, I made you one too.
Whoa!
You've earned it. Here you go, bro. This video is sponsored by Saley. I am a huge
We only
fan
have
of
one
Saley
sponsor this
because it genuinely
time.
makes traveling for us so much easier. This time when we were on our way to Savannah, Marcy asked
He's
me about
enjoying
it, and we
tinkering
literally
themes.
set it
I
up
still
on
can't
the
believe it,
flight
though. It's
'cause it had
crazy.
internet. For those of you who don't know, Saley is an eSIM app, which means electronic SIM. So if you're traveling almost anywhere
I
in the
guess,
world,
yeah,
over
G
60
Fuel. Yeah,
countries,
okay, that's fair.
you get
I didn't think
access
about
to
that one.
internet through this app. Marcy said just open the app,
Like,
pick the country,
G Fuel
pick
is
how much
so
data you need,
ingrained
and
in
of
what he's
course,
done. I don't
use
even
code
consider him that at
Pewdiepie,
this
which
point.
gave her a 15% discount.
It's been there
And bada bing, bada
for
boom.
so long.
Instant internet as soon as you land, which is what I want. The first thing I want when I land is internet. I genuinely hate standing in line when I land renting a Wi-Fi box. How is that a good solution? You just have to carry another thing when you're traveling that also have to worry about being charged. Or if you opt to just buy a physical SIM while you're there, you still have to go and actually find where to buy it, set it all up while you're there, and you have to worry about losing your original SIM. At least I do. It's kind of important. I don't like removing it. Saley just solves
Is
all
it?
the problems.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's an amazing service,
I don't remember.
and I highly recommend it. You can use the QR code to download it, or use the code Pewdiepie at checkout for 15% discount. If you're planning a trip anywhere, you can download it right away, set it up all now, and don't even have to think about it. You need internet when you travel, so I just love that it removes that stressful element to me. So
This
thank
actually
you,
is a pretty
Saley,
good
for being
sponsor.
an amazing sponsor, and you guys are welcome.
Well, that was a really good video. He has gone so fucking far down the rabbit hole. I have no idea where he's gonna go from here. I don't know what the plan is going forward. I don't know if he's gonna come back with like an actual crazy home lab, what the deal's gonna be, but I'm loving it. I am certainly loving it.